like they've chosen to ban Sylvanas, and as well as the first ban from Team Baxter, they've chosen to ban out Zul. So each of them banning out strong specialists. And why do you think that might be, Disco?
Well, I mean, just look at the fighting around, trying to collect the minions or the skeletons to get the Punisher. These heroes have potential to sit in their lanes and just push really hard. And plus, once the Punisher has been summoned, Sylvanas can lock down a lane. So I can see definitely why the Dragon Ninjas are banning her out. And Zul, again, is another great lane pusher. Really punishes, can punish a team if he's not sort of left, if he's left alone. Kerrigan, we talked about that. Kerrigan received a couple of little minor changes or adjustments today. So I'm very interested to see how she plays out. It's they weren't super huge changes, but they might have been enough just to tip back her survivability.
Definitely. It didn't, sort of discourage Dragon Ninja, and it's going to be interesting to see just how much it's affected her. And we're going to see some interesting gameplay if we compare it to last week. So definitely excited.
So she's definitely powerful on this map as well. So we see KT and ETC being picked up, sorry, I should say Kelthus, being picked up by Team Baxter. Big power play there. Obviously, ETC combined with the mosh pit. Everyone's fighting those small closed quarters. So the big mosh pit, the KT AoE. KT himself is great for picking up the skeletons. So that's a really good choice there by Team Baxter, locking those two heroes in early. Dragon Ninja, look at that, it's Uther. We talked about Uther last week. And I made a big claim saying I don't know if Uther's the right pick here. And I believe it was actually Dragon Ninjas that played him amazingly.
Definitely. He's done a lot of work. He's a staple of their team. It looks like he's here to stay. It's going to be interesting to see if any of the other teams are going to major a ban on Uther down the line if Dragon Ninja continue their reign of being the king of the hill.
Well, that's it all. During the week, and Lunara being picked up. So Lunara's a really strong hero when it comes to, let's say, again, I think she's very strong in the lane. She's also very strong in hero damage-wise. She can do a lot of damage from afar. Great escape by the fact she's passively faster than than all heroes on foot. And she can just, depending on her talent build, she can actually throw a lot of damage from a long distance, or she can throw a lot of damage in a fast sort of burst nature, burst bit of time, depending on her talent build. So I do really like that. I like the pick up there by Lunara.
Strong pick, and we've seen also now Johanna get banned out by Team Baxter, as well as Medivh by Dragon Ninja. That's an interesting choice. I didn't think that anyone would use a Medivh ban. What do you think the thoughts behind that one were from Dragon Ninja?
It's Medivh can be a really powerful hero in competitive play because there's a lot of coordination going on for your team. That's the power of competitive play is coordination. What makes heroes that you think may be a bit weaker a lot much stronger. Medivh throwing down his protection inside one of those fights, stopping a hero from dying, can be massive, especially when you're looking at a character like KT. They just picked up foul stats, let's call them low HP pool heroes. Kerrigan going in, pulling it all together, clumping him with a CC. A Medivh could ruin that. Whereas they've taken the Uther to Divine Shield, can prevent that. Medivh follow up as well, especially because he can talent his protection to affect all the people around his initial target, which is what Kerrigan's going to be trying to do. So I think it's a smart ban by Dragon Ninja there.
Good deny. Oh, yep. And so Falstat's been picked up by Team Baxter, rounding off some more of their damage. I think that's a good choice. He can, fly from lane to lane. He's good at rotations. So that was a smart pickup. We saw one of the teams last week. Unfortunately, when they drafted it, I'm not going to call out any teams because I don't want to be rude, but we saw that they had a beautiful team on paper, but it really wasn't cut out to take objectives. So I think in mind tonight, a lot of the teams, they're looking at the map, they're focusing on how they can best get the objective, and it's good to see. So they're considering every aspect of the map that they're going into. And Diablo being picked up by Dragon Ninja as well. So they've got their tank selected now.
Yeah, he's another great counter pick against the ETC, taking something like Apocalypse. Again, close quarters fighting in those sort of tight spaces. Oh, and following up with a second tank, a Nubrak maybe? Or looking at the Arthas. A Nubrak would be great for the CC, but Arthas would be great for picking up the minions. And that's a little bit more in damage in that regard. But, I'm tending, because they got the Kerrigan and Lunara, I think they need to follow up CC from a Nubrak. Are they toying with us now? Is that a Shadow Chen there? No, they are just toying with us.
Oh, dear. And then also Tyrande, picked up by Team Baxter. She's got great area of effect lockdown, as well as if she takes Shadowstalk, they can really get the jump on their enemies by sort of invis rushing them and setting up the way they want to, which could be quite deadly, especially if ETC takes Mosh Pit as his heroic talent.
Well, definitely, it's a really big surprise on top of like the Diablo and the Kerrigan. The trouble is with the Uther, Eamon stealthing in, dropping a mosh pit, like he has to catch Kerrigan, Uther, and Diablo, or one of them can kind of free Diablo or displace him by Kerrigan's CC combo to sort of cancel his mosh pit. So Dragon Ninja has a lot of options to deal with the mosh pit, so I don't think it's going to be as dangerous. Karazim picked up, so we do see the new rack finally locked in by Dragon Ninjas, and Karazim picked up for Team Baxter.
Okay, so this is a great sort of draft by both sides. As I said, very objective focus, very rounded out. I can't pick a favourite out of it. Can you, Disco, at this point?
You know what?
Any that you're leaning towards?
I want to say that... I mean, they've just got really nice counters against each other. You know, you got Diablo and Anubarak, a lot of CC there. Kerrigan's sort of, you know, CC damage combo as well. But then Team Baxter's got the Falstad, they've got the Mosh Pit, and they've got the Karazim as well. So the Karazim could take 7-sided strike. They do have double support, so they do have that little bit of extra healing. Divine Palm's a really, you know, powerful choice, and it's always hard to overlook. But Diablo and Anubarak, so maybe they'll think about it. I don't know, we probably will see Divine Palm, actually, I should say, in that regards. But, you know, Double Warrior, you've always got to think, a Karazim pick, maybe that's 7-sided strike.
I mean, he is a tank shredder with it, and that's what we mainly see with it. As you said last week, if there's generally 2 or more warrior heroes on any team, and there's a Karazim, there's a pretty good chance he's going to pick up 7-sided strike, especially as they have a Tyrant healer as well. So they can share the healing between them. It just depends on how they how they spec their heroic talents.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got them in, Divine Palm, you'd use it to protect an ally or to sort of like curve where the damage is going. But the Falstad with Mighty Gust can kind of do the damage prevention role that you'd see from Divine Palm. In the fact that he can sort of say, nope, we're not fighting this fight, push everyone away. So I really like both teams. It's, I can't pick it. I'm sorry, Vandy. I normally even just choose a team that I'm pretty confident with these guys and then get it wrong anyway, but I just can't make a decision tonight.
It's the first game. It's anyone's game, and that's what we want to see. We want, for us to all be left in suspense, because I think those are the best games. And also, it's also fun if we do pick a team and being proven wrong, as happened a lot last week. The team that we favoured in the sort of drafting, nope, didn't happen. Maybe we were cursing the other teams. Who knows? I hope not.
Maybe.
I feel terrible.
All right.
And,
now
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Give us your thoughts.
No, I was just saying. They've also picked up some other champs that were, I'll just quickly say, just taken in with the patch notes. So Falstad's Mighty Gust has been affected, as well as we were saying Kerrigan. So just wanting to see how that all plays out. And back to you, Disco.
Yeah, well, I'm just about to say tonight is going much smoother. We've got 2 teams. They've drafted. They're ready. They're in the game lobby. We're moments away from the first match of Night 2 of the King of the Hill, Vandy. And I am pumped. This game looks stellar. Dragon Ninjas, they showed us a great game last week. Great performance. And these guys, I know Demise's team really bring it to them. I've seen Demise and his co play a little bit in the Ember series from GameStar. GameStar.com. Check it out, guys. They do great work here in the ANZ region. And they've been both these right now. I reckon are some of probably the 2 best teams in the ANZ region at the moment.
So it's going to be King versus Aspiring King tonight. Who's going to take the crown? So can't wait to see.
Yeah, neither can I. I'm just...
For the frozen throne!
I know,
Looks like the players are readying up. Everyone's in the game. And looks like it's going to get started soon.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Can almost taste it.
Here we are. So like I said, we are on Infernal Shrines, and it is the 2 teams. It's the current reigning kings of the King of the Hill series. It is Dragon Ninja coming up against their challenger of this evening, Team Baxter. Who can take away the prize? Who can dethrone, take the crown? I don't know, Vanny. This game looks to be stellar. I am so excited. I'm so pumped.
$100 up for grabs, so we better be pumped. There's going to be high stakes as well, just to sweeten the deal.
That's it. So for you those just tuning in, Each win tonight is $100 for your team to be added to their bounty. That means that the longer you stay the king, the bigger your bounty gets. And if you get knocked out, your team wins that bounty. That's right, you don't have to stay the king. You just have to be the king long enough to rack up a little bit of dosh.
But I mean, you could be a greedy king, so the longer you stay on the throne, the better. Be the greedy king. Fight tooth and nail.
No king rules forever, but every team tonight is trying to prove that wrong.
Definitely. And last week we touched a little bit on the Punisher, and we were sort of talking about, I guess, which Punisher we thought was the strongest. Have you changed your opinion this week with Arcane sort of reigning over?
I feel Arcane is still the stronger pushing Punisher, but the Frost Punisher does make a lot of nice follow-up plays, gets a couple of hero kills, could get potentially more hero kills. All right, so here we are. We are on Infernal Shrines, DragonNinjas, the king, defending their title against Team Baxter. Here we are on the blue side of the map. We have Anagon playing a Nubarak, Hiccup on Kerrigan, Moops on Diablo, Hux is playing Uther, and Iwai is on Lunara.
And on the red side tonight, we have Lahal on Falstad, Demise on Turan, Luminum on Karazim, Revolt to Solve on Kael'thas, and lucky last we have Penta on ETC. Sorry, he was just hiding. Couldn't see him there.
That's all right. Well, both these teams, it looks like they're poising themselves for a nice early engagement. Everyone rushing to the mid here. The Tyrande gets a low early play. Diablo caught out of position. It's a big kill to start the game off in the favor of Team Baxter.
That was insane. So ETC just power slid in, landed the face melt, and then we saw Diablo's face melting as the rest of the team followed up. Kerrigan did counter with her combo, but it wasn't enough to pick up a kill on their end. No trades were made.
Well, see, that's a really nice thing with ETC. It's just so good for sort of getting there and blocking heroes' directions. And then obviously Kael'thas can follow up with the gravity lapse, and just Diablo was punished. It's early on, so it doesn't really give any team too much of a lead, just a single kill at the start. But you know what? It's not good for morale. All right, a little bit of fight breaking up in the top lane. Oh no, Kerrigan caught out of position again. The CC's too strong, and she's taken out. Another kill going for Team Baxter.
They are bloodthirsty tonight. We saw that they knew that rotations were going to happen for lane, and so they got in place and made sure that if their new rotations were happening, that they were in a position to catch them out, and that's what happened to Hiccup there and Kerrigan. It's really unfortunate to see.
Yeah, I think even with Diablo, like he's a bit of a roaming character. He's a roaming gank tank, as they say. I think we got to really see the kings here, DragonNinjas, just try and slow down the game a little bit and just try and soak the experience and get back into it. They're not that far behind, but they don't want to throw too much of a lead now. You know, they don't want to give the other guys too much of a lead.
No, definitely not. And it looks like we've got lane matchups. Lunara and Karazim down bottom lane. We've got... It's a bit hard to call as everyone's sort of rotating around, but it looks like with the first objective, they're not really getting into lanes. It just looks like they're trying to pick up any kills on that, push out all their lanes, and then everyone's going to head to the middle shrine once it spawns.
Yeah, capturing out a hero now and killing it just before the shrine spawns is a great way to help your team secure it. I mean, if they've only got 4 heroes to fight against you, they're probably not going to win the sort of thing. And we saw, Sylvanas and Zul'In, heroes like that blocked out. Diablo is easily in a little bit of trouble here. Caught out again. Basically a replay of the first kill of the night. Diablo going down.
You'd think that, unfortunately, he would expect it this time, but as we said, with the rotations, ETC's bullying everybody with his power slide face melt combo, and now red team securing, as you said, now they've got the numbers advantage on the game. We talked about it, and that's why they went so hard for Diablo, because now it's just going to make it that little bit harder for blue team. Yeah,
they just can't engage. The DragonNinjas can't engage in this fight right now. I said they can. They're going up against Demise. They don't get the kill. We see Penta tries to block out the blue team, doing a great job of it. Lumen's on a little bit of low health there on the Karazim, backs out. Penta goes in, nice power slide. I wasn't such low health. He does manage to get out. Lumen's down on low health, but he dives onto the Lunara, getting the kill, running away. What a sneaky little snook just then. We saw the blue team, DragonNinjas, thought they were going to get the Karazim, and they ended up taking out their Lunara instead. And they're following up. There's more. What's this? Look at this. KD could be in a lot of trouble here, but there's no one else from the blue team to follow up. Huck's in a lot of trouble. Actually taken out in that. I thought we were going to see the blue team come back in, but they kind of left Uther to his own devices.
Yes, it was just all in positioning that time. As we could see, the way that red team sort of positioned was in a way that they could keep their eye on the objective, as well as block out anyone that was trying to get in the lane, because they're quite mobile champions there. So it was just in their favor to sort of control the team fight a bit better. And I just wanted to say, with Karazim, by playing aggressive there and getting the kill on IY and dashing out, it really paid off for them. And once again, just put the numbers advantage in their favor.
Yeah, I think it was really unexpected, you know, that they weren't... look at the Punisher's gone in. This is a really nice play here. People overlook this massively on the Punisher, is that when it comes, you want to sort of bait it into your defenses to jump that sort of wall and tower line, which is exactly what DragonNinjas did there. Really good play, a really good response to the Punisher.
Definitely. Sorry, I just had a bit of mic trouble. It just sort of fell off my head. Good times, good times. So sorry for the noise and the back speed, but I'm okay and I'm back into it. But yes, I definitely agree on that, Disco. And they've taken the first siege camp of the evening just to put that pressure on the middle lane while leaving them free to rotate. So they're putting a lot on blue team's sort of plate just to deal with and making them work. And now it looks like they're trying to cap the bottom siege camp as well.
Yeah, it just really puts a lot of distraction currently. You're making the blue team deal with the mid. They've grabbed their own mercenaries, but now red, Team Baxter have the only mercs in the bottom lane. And there is Lenara there. If she positions herself a little bit too far forward, we could see red rotate down and try and take her out. Now, they're not doing that. They have gone to the mid lane to try and help him push with those mercenaries instead. So they're really just trying to either spread the blue team thin or try and sort of confuse them where they're going to be placed and try and hopefully get a gank or a kill out of it.
Definitely. So we're seeing a 4-kill sort of advantage to Team Baxter tonight at the moment. And as well as it's given them an experience lead as well. So they're really trying to control their lead and get to level 10 first to spec into their heroic talents, as we know, because big plays can be made then, and that's sort of the mid-game point where we can see a lot of teams sort of get caught out, and then it can all snowball from there.
Yeah, level 10 is really where it gets dangerous, you know, on a lot of maps, in particular in this one. If Team Baxter hits level 10 before DragonNinjas and a shrine, you know, the shrine's coming up just like now, Team Ninjas, DragonNinjas can't fight. They sort of have to give up the shrine almost because it's a bit of a suicide play. And at the moment, they're a whole level down, so that could be a possibility. You see the red team is frantically trying to grab experience now, seeing if they can get that level 10 because they are in such a lead. And you can do this on the shrines. You can leave them for a little bit with your team before taking them. And that's exactly what we're seeing out of Team Baxter right now. They have finally rotated down. They're getting a little bit worried. And they have gone, and Pendant's gone in, sectioning off Hiccup there, not really getting it. Fight breaks out, a lot of stuff going down. Looks like Starfall's been taken. This is it, level 10's reached. We see Diablo go down again. The Demise is on a little bit low health, but there's no one there to follow up on him. He is safe, he can just keep just doing his thing. Karazin comes and heals him up. And the red team is just bullying the blue team out. So many kills in so many different directions.
That was just perfectly executed by Team Baxter. It was just pen to paper excellent. So we saw, as you said, Falstad solo pushing the top lane with the Bruiser camp, putting more pressure, trying to get level 10. He saw they were very close. He's the most mobile champ. This is why you pick Falstad. You can split push a lane and then fly back in time to the rest of your team to join up. The map's small enough to allow him to do that. So as soon as they were ready to fight, they called Falstad in, and then we saw the team fight break out once heroic talents were picked. It was just perfectly executed.
Yeah, and they just popped them all straight away. The ETC mosh pit went down. We saw the Phoenix. We saw the Starfall. It was just so much damage spread out across everyone on the blue team. It was just who was going to fall next. Now, they actually managed to get a pick off Kerrigan there in the bottom lane with this Punisher. I mean, these guys are just really bringing it to DragonNinjas the King right now. They've almost got a... Well, they do. They currently do. They have a 3-level advantage right now against them. That is quite massive. They're not only going to be heroic advantage, but they're going to be talent advantage as well.
Exactly right. And you can see now DragonNinjas just struggling, hoping to soak back some of their experience, just trying to just stall out the game, slow it down until they can get their level 10 heroic ability and get their ultimates. But as we said, we're seeing a little bit of that snowball effect happening now, so it's really going to be up to DragonNinja to slow down the pace of the game. They just have to make sure they don't get caught out anymore, they don't engage in any more team fights, and just defend to the best of their abilities until some of that experience deficit is made up.
Yeah, it's a really tough one for them now. They've kind of got to almost split to sort of soak the lanes, but they don't want to be in a position where they get caught out. So I really like how they've got a Nubrak in the top lane. He's got a pretty good, disengage or, retreat from the fight. He can burrow charge out of it. He's pretty safe while he's doing that. The others were staying together, but it looks like they're trying to rotate up top to get a kill here on the Falstad. I really like this, but look at that Falstad. Lahal suspects what's going on, throws a hammer just to see what's happening. Now the rest of Red's rotating up. Are we going to see a 3-man wipe here? We are going to see Uther go down. They are following up now. It looks like they're not going to really chase. Well, maybe KT was thinking about it, but they really want to get that structure instead, just putting a way more pressure in the top lane. And now the enemy are at their gates in going for their base.
Unfortunately, we were hoping that no one else would get caught out, but Uther, they were all trying to, jump on the Falstad, but they turned the tables. That's just due to map awareness and Falstad sort of keeping an eye on where everybody is. And now he's even going in on Moops in the middle lane. And he's just being a big bully, especially with the camps backing him up. He knows Penta can come down and rotate and help him out. As we said, that ETC can do so much work, especially with his team. His combo just locks down and can really punish anyone that overextends, even just the slightest bit.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing every single time. You see that hero, he just steps out of place, Penta goes in, the stun goes off, and then Revolve sort of follows up with a gravity lapse. I mean, these guys, Team Baxter is just playing so well tonight.
They're like a well-oiled machine, Disco.
They are more than that. They are like 5 well-oiled machines.
That's terrifying. And now we've got the middle sort of shrine. It's back up, and it looks like they're fighting for a Mortar Punisher. So it's interesting to see. The shrines do tell you which one it's going to be, just through the symbol on top. So we know the icons for Mortar, Arcane, as well as Chilled. Just for anyone out there that didn't know.
Alright, so moves have gone. They've done a nice job sort of sectioning out ETC, but he can power slide out of it. So it's unfortunately to no avail. Imbo was a nice job getting him there. They're putting a lot of damage onto Lahal now. They might get the kill. He does barrel roll out of it, so he is safe for the moment. And just behind us, we do see Hiccup in there, just collecting all the mercenaries, all the skeletons right now. But they still see... Oh no, Diablo's caught out again. Bullet with a double stun. Apocalypse does go out. This is going to be enough to do anything for the blue team. Aluminum's on low health, but it doesn't matter. He is currently, he will heal himself health. Eyewise on low health, getting Starfold. They get a Nubrak. There's only one tank left at the moment. It's Diablo, but he's nowhere in the fight because he just had to quickly respawn. And this shrine, this temple is going again to Team Baxter.
Another one. Yeah, sorry. I was just so excited. It's just amazing to see the team fights. And with the talent choice that they've picked, with Starfall, it really locks out a lot of the area against DragonNinjas. And they can't get into a position where they can touch the squishies. Like, they tried to go on Lahal, but he's even got his own defense with Mighty Gus. So with the change that they made, it essentially just sort of was reducing the move speed debuff to the enemy team, but it doesn't seem to really be doing much.
Well, it's once you push the enemy team back, like what else more do you want? The slowed down movement speed is just it's just an extra bonus.
Exactly
really.
Right. It's just more for the enemy team to recover with, which I think is nice. But as you said, it's all about the displacement, or I guess just setting up or disengaging. So yeah, it's still definitely doing that. That element hasn't been changed.
No, none at all. I don't think it's really that big of an effect at all. And oh, look at this level. Like this is just so dangerous for the DragonNinjas right now. They are 4 levels down. That is huge. And I just don't know how they're going to really get back into it. I mean, they have to stay out of the group. They have to look for a nice pick-off against an enemy. But, there's just... It's a lot of experience they're going to have to soak to get within that shot. And all we need to see as Team Baxter do is just stay together as a group and not get caught out. I mean, that's their play right now. Don't get caught out, boys, and we'll win this just because we're the bigger kids at school right now.
We can see they're trying their best, but the map's been painted red with all the siege camps basically been taken by Team Baxter, so putting that added level of pressure on. And we can see they've done an interesting tactic where they're sending the siege camp or mercenary camps out, and they're making sure that they push a separate lane from that. So they're saying to DragonNinjas, you have to deal with that threat or deal with us. So it's pressure on both lanes, which they're hoping to split them up and try to pick up a pick like that. So it's well played. They're trying to keep their lead as best they can by playing the map to their strengths, making sure that they get every objective available to them.
Yeah, definitely. And in recent patches, we know the minions in the lanes are a lot stronger now, or at least the ranged ones. So you can't just ignore them as much as you used to be able to, especially with a Merc camp. So it's really putting, like you said, a lot of split pressure on this map against DragonNinjas. It's just a hard slog for them right now. I don't know how they can win unless they play a really super slow, drawn-out, soaking game, which they can't because of this little thing about to activate, the Shrine. They can't slow down the game.
No, and that's why this can be such a terrible map to sort of snowball on, because with the added pressure of the Punisher and the camps, there's a lot of different aspects to look forward to. And as you said, even defending... Oh, another fight's breaking out, Disco.
Yeah, I know, look at that. Nubrak's gone in. There's a lot of damage there. Ooh, Tyrande's actually been taken out. Apocalypse gone on. Big play here. Divine. Ooh, Kayla's was protected by the Divine Palm. Lumen and Penta run away. Lahol get out. They do finally get the kill on KT. Two great pickups for our DragonNinjas. Can they use this to their opportunity now? Their enemy team, Team Baxter, is down by 2 heroes, Vandy. What are they going to do? What is the best thing right now DragonNinjas can do to get back in this game?
They obviously have to secure their shrine as best they can. That's their best bet of getting back in. Put their added pressure back towards Team Baxter. That's what they need. Or to catch them out, Team Baxter out for going for it. But it looks like Team Baxter, they're just going to try sort of just poke at them, scope out the situation. Doesn't look like they want to do a full-on fight until the rest of their team members are back. They're just trying to distract DragonNinja until the respawns are back, which is good. So that's what we were going to see. That's what they needed to do. They needed to just defend and sort of get the pick back on to Team Baxter, and that's what they've done. So it was really well played by DragonNinja. And they've almost picked up this shrine as well. Kerrigan going deep. We can see her ravaging all the little minions, and they've secured it.
Wow, now this could potentially be a big play. They're still 3 levels down. About to Maker's only about 2 levels, but they're still quite a few levels down. It's a mid to late-ish game Punisher. It is Arcane we're talking about. Maybe it's a little bit better for pushing. And it goes on. A Penta gets jumped by the Punisher, but no damage really being followed up. And Aegon in a lot of trouble. A lot of damage on him, but he is still alive. He can sort of stay in the fight. Or is he back out? We'll see how they play this. Hiccup's very front line just then. Stun goes out to him. A lot of damage. But then we see Nurak dive in. Moops goes in. No problem. Mosh Pit goes out. We see the Divine Shield go on to Hiccup, keeping him alive. But it's not enough. We do see a Nurak fall here. Apocalypse again popped. Look at that. Karzim's gone. ETC's gone. Who's going to survive out of this? Revolve Solve on such low health. Hiccup is falling. And can he get the kill? They get the kill on the hole, and now it's going to be KT that falls as well. It's a 5-man wipe against Team Baxter. What can the DragonNinjas do from this? Can they push? Can they get some fortifications down? Can they get them keeps down? What are they going to do here, Vandy? The world is their oyster right now. But are they strong enough to push? Can they push to the core from this?
They've got 40 seconds until the last member is up, and 25 now. So it looks like, I think what they're going to do here is they're going to take the keep and then back off. They know that they can very easily be counter-wiped in the same scenario happening to them. So I think they're going to play the safe game, take the keep, and sort of back away. But just that team fight was so well executed. We saw the beautiful Divine Shield go out perfectly on Hiccup, and even though he was Mosh, he managed to get the Maelstrom off. And I think that's really also what sort of helped turn the team fight in their favor. Because all of that AoE damage was ticking down as the rest of Team Baxter tried to close in on DragonNinja. So
yeah, they got the focus.
Very, very well played.
Yeah, they got the focus on Diablo, and they killed Diablo. But after that, because literally Kerrigan was allowed to just do what she wants because of the Divine Shield protecting her, just a lot of damage. And we saw kills, and this has brought DragonNinja right back into this game. They still have a hard slog ahead of them, but both teams have a win condition. Both teams have an entrance straight to their core. So, the next big team fight, the next big shrine could spell disaster, could spell the end of the game for someone's hopes and dreams tonight.
We're going to see another shrine is activating now. This time we've seen Team DragonNinja. They are now taking another Bruiser camp, and this time they're going to have pressure pushing back now. It looks like they're in a much better place than they were about 5 minutes ago. And it's wonderful to see. Now the game is they're back at the same level now, Disco.
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's. Before, DragonNinja, I don't know what they were going to do, but now it's what's Team Baxter going to do? They could, in the space of 60 seconds, they've given DragonNinja the keys to the kingdom again.
In the sense of the word, yes. So it's interesting to see both teams sort of keeping their side of the objective for now. Who's going to be the first one to engage?
Well, it looks like High Cup's gone in. A lot of damage going on. Big Apocalypse goes down. Close quarter combat. All that damage on KT. He's next to fall. Demise a lot of trouble. Divine Palm's been popped. Will it be effective? No, it's not. There's no one targeting him. Great practice. Great timing and discipline. Lumin's on a lot of damage, but Lahal could be next to fall. It's only 2 members left for Team Baxter. Dragon Ninjas, they're back into it. The Shrine is up. Moops is already calling it. GG's been calling. They're not even at the core. Look at them rush. They can do this. 40 seconds on timers. KT, can Karazim, can ETC? Can they stop them, Vandy?
I think this might be GG. Hiccup going in on Karazim. There's not much he can do. There's a lot of damage on him, Disco. ETC with the power slide to save him, but they're now hitting the core. What can they do, Disco? As I said, it's anyone's game, but
it's not anyone's game right now. It is the Dragon Ninjas game. GG! The Hill. During the week, Vandy, during the weeks, we saw Moops. Dragon Ninja sent out a tweet saying, "See, boys, this is our hill. Come and claim it if you dare." And Team Baxter, they tried. It looked good. But at the last second, Dragon Ninjas showed why they wear the crown and why this is their kingdom. And if you want it, you'll have to work for it. Any little mistake, and they will punish you for it. Dragon Ninjas, stay the king.